Hey everybody, this is your girl Marnell. Um, I was led. I actually have this testimony, and I wanted to type it up, but it's sort of long, and I really didn't want to type it, so it'll probably be easier for me to talk about it. But what I want to share is a small testimony about just following God's voice versus your own voice. For those of you who know me or don't know me, I have been teaching Zumba for almost 4 years now. And most of my following, are women who are heavier. And, they find, their confidence in somebody who is not, you know, small or whatever, and they want to come and, feel confident about themselves. I would say a couple months ago, like maybe 8 weeks before my wedding, I decided that I wanted to do a special 8 week Zumba camp, is what I called it. And in this camp, I wanted to uh, teach the ladies some sexy choreography, and on top of that, have it recorded, make a video, call in makeup artists and everything. And I mean, it was a big deal. Made a beautiful flyer I was proud of, and I posted it, and it got so much response, so much feedback, and it was like, yes, I'm coming, and I'm gonna bring the sexy, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. Keyword: 8 weeks before my wedding. And I really thought that I was hearing God's voice, because it just sounded like a good thing to do. I'm all about building confidence, and I really wanted the ladies to, find something to, build their confidence and feel good about themselves. So I was very excited about it. Probably 2 days or close to a week before it was time for class to start, only two people had registered for this class. I had already paid for a choreographer. I had already been taking classes and doing the choreography myself. And so it was a blow. It was a huge blow to not my ego, but it was a blow to my spirit, because I felt like, God, you told me to do this, and why only two people registered, and what's going on? So I didn't question. Well, I did. I questioned God, and it was very frustrating. But I moved past it, and I focused on my wedding. I didn't quite understand why that situation didn't work out. However, in the next upcoming weeks, in the process of planning a wedding and having to be here and there and having so many commitments and obligations, it was revealed to me why God shut that operation down. It was not supposed to happen. It was my doing. It was something I wanted to do, not something that God actually wanted to happen. And when you're a child of God, if you don't shut it down, he will shut it down. And he shut it down. And it wasn't until after I realized, 8 weeks before my wedding, after I realized on how could I be doing all of this? How could I have been paying for a choreographer, paying for a videographer, paying for all these things, and doing that 8 weeks before my wedding? So know that that was one of those times where you think you're hearing from God, but it's really you. It's really something you want to do, and you're feeding something within you. So I decided then to like shut down. I said I wasn't going to, teach anymore. I said I'm just going to chill. I'm just going to focus on Diva Movement as an organization. I'm not going to teach. Sometime after my wedding, I started getting an itch. I felt like it was time to get back in class. It was time to, even be a student. It was just time to get back moving again. As some of you know, I had taken some time off for some personal reasons. But when I got the itch and I decided that I wanted to teach again, I called the studio where I first taught my first classes and branched out. And I'm not going to mention her name because she doesn't like a lot of stuff. Everybody know who I'm talking about. But I remember when I first stepped out and she encouraged me. I was going to allow her to just pay me to teach the class. And she said, Marnell, you can do this. You don't need me to pay you to teach a class when you have a following. You have people that will come to your class. But in any event, I went back there, and my whole sole purpose for going back to her was because I knew that this studio only held a certain amount of women. And I said, I'm just getting back. I don't need a big old class. I just want, a small class, and, I'll just do it where the people just pay monthly to come. So I called her up, and let me just say, I made an appointment and I came in to see her, and she said, well, you have to come in and see it because, I made some changes or whatever. Now, stepping into this place, I remember, and I knew how much it can hold. That was the whole purpose of me going back. I had not even done my flyers yet, but I knew that I was going to put on a flyer. Space is limited, so, register for monthly. Well, I get to the place, and she says, come on back. And I go back, and there is a wall knocked down where the place that could only hold a certain amount can now hold double that amount. And I was just blown away because to me it was just a confirmation of God saying, no, you really are going to need that much space. And I didn't know that going in. And on my opening night, God just revealed to me that this is what I called you to do. And so, I ain't gonna cry. And so I just wanted to just let you know that sometimes you may think that when something does not come together, you may not understand why. And just know that God's timing is so perfect. And what you think is not going right is going oh so right. He's working it out in the background. He's working it out for your good, especially if you're a child of God. So I wanted to tell this testimony and type it up, but I know a lot of y'all got short attention span. And even though this video is a little long, I thought this would be most effective, and I hope that it helps somebody, because right now you want to give up, and I have wanted to give up. I have no problem shutting down shop, and when I shut down, it's typically because God has told me, daughter, let it go. But when you are called, you cannot run away from it. It haunts you, it calls you, and I just thank God. I just thank God for the calling that He has on my life. And I thank God that even through this, even through dance, even through Zumba, He's allowed me to be a blessing to so many people. I'm so inspired by ladies who step out on faith and come to the class. They come to the class, they've never danced before, they've never moved before, but they leave there feeling like, I can come back and I can do this. And not only that, I started seeing little posts where they're changing their eating, and they're changing their way of thinking, and they're changing their thought process. That is more valuable than anything that I could give, or any inspiration, or any encouragement, or any motivation I can give any woman. So I'm breaking out of my comfort zone, because usually I don't even do this kind of video stuff. I don't have a problem typing up my words, but I just felt like this was so needed, and I appreciate you for listening. I love you all. Just keep moving, stay motivated, and don't be discouraged when you think that thing isn't working out. He's working it out. It's just not the time. His timing is perfect. Love you.